Salutations, friends, and welcome to another Connections, Dynamics, and Timeline. Thank you for being here. This connection, we're going to look into Nevaeh Douglas. Several of you have mentioned her because you do see a lot of her, not just in their own personal pics, but in other people's posts as well. You're going to see Nevaeh spend time with both of them as well as separately. We're going to start in 2015 and go out to, I'm going to say we'll go all the way out to when they start at the University of Idaho, meaning Kaylee and Maddie. Nevaeh is there mostly with, you see pics mostly with Maddie and Ashlyn at Pi-Fi, but then just for a short period of time, and then she's kind of out in the periphery. Her Insta is private, but she does have Vasco, and her Facebook just has 2 pics, one of most recent, 2024. Her Vasco only goes to 2020, like shortly after, like when COVID begins. She does have a lot of posts on Insta. There's like, I want to say almost 700 photos or posts. There's some new information that I didn't know while I was preparing. One is that Nevaeh and Maddie did work together at a restaurant. They were both baristas there in 2018. So we'll see that a little bit, and we'll learn something new about Maddie as well, which I was surprised to read. It was one of these posts where it's called Whoops, which we have seen Kaylee and Katie Kinson there when Kaylee was, I want to say, a sophomore, and those two were together. It's not surprising that they would go there because it looks like it's like a European style restaurant. I would definitely be spending a paycheck there if I ever visited that restaurant. So you do see it periodically, but not on the personal post of Maddie and Nevaeh. Unlike Kaylee, she took pictures of herself when she worked at Dutch Bros. So we'll go ahead and get into it here. And thank you to one of the subscribers mentioning with last week's video. The first one had sound issues, which I was surprised because I haven't had any issues with this, and it's the same program I've been using the whole time. But once this person said, I'll watch it again if you re-upload it. So at first I thought it was YouTube, but then I checked and looked, and it was me. It was me. So I'm glad I checked because I was going to be a little stubborn about it, but I was not. All right, so here is Nevaeh, and this was taken a few years back. So it says Phoenix, Arizona, most of the time. And she's friends with Xana, but not Kaylee or Maddie. And she's not friends with Kaylee, Maddie, or Xana with her Facebook, which you're going to look at the end because you're going to see how different she looks. You can tell a little bit here, but she has changed her look somehow. She's got 696 posts, and she started in February of 2013. So you don't see any pics of Xana with Nevaeh at all that I can remember. Not on her personal one. It could be on her Insta for all we know. But one thing I do know about these two, which could be why, is they're both July 5th babies. And like all the other videos we've done like this, you know, we do not reach out to any of the people that we see on here. We don't comment on any of their socials. We do an objective approach as much as possible and as professional as possible. We're just looking into just their connections, dynamics, and timeline just to understand and see how the victims were before this happened, the November 13th, 2022. Because we've learned that, yes, the police did say in the beginning it was someone who they knew. It's not something random. And not to just jump into Nevaeh after we watched last week's video, how Ms. Martin asked if they were looking into the profile. When FBI does, will they be looking to see if it was a female that was involved? So I don't want people to start connecting the dots, because that's what we do naturally, especially when we know what the outcome is. And Nevaeh she's a Cancer, so I can understand that. And as myself, I am a July 5th baby too. So I know we can be a little eccentric at times. We can be a little silly, a little moody. We can be standoffish. But we can be a little artistic as well. So I can see that with Nevaeh, but she's a little odd. She confuses me a little bit. So, and I'll give you my own personal opinion as well, but we have to be open and objective. So here we are, 2015. And the first time we see Nevaeh on Maddie's post is March 4th, 2015. And Nevaeh says, "So pretty." Let's be unpredictable. So as you see the time here, Kaylee does it, you know, a few weeks afterwards, and then even more Nevaeh does. Here Nevaeh is on Kaylee's page for the first time, and this is July 28th, 2015, where she says, "Can I borrow this outfit, please?" And I looked back to see if she commented anything more even before this, and I didn't, so it's kind of a way to start, I don't know. So this is the beginning of the year, and then this is in the summer. So now here we are in August, and it's Maddie, Lake CDA, and Nevaeh says, "To be honest, you're really pretty and seem really nice." Here, September 13th, 2015, we have Lake City High School, and they are together, and she writes, "I mean, you know how I feel about this pic," which looks like not happy emoji, "but you're my favorite person by far." So here you can see that she has two different color eyes. In Whoops, they feature like their employees, and they do that with Nevaeh and Maddie. So Nevaeh is asked a few questions, and she says something that's unique about her is she has two different colored eyes. Here we have September 22nd, and Nevaeh says, "Oh no." So here is Nevaeh's first post on Vasco, September 27th, 2015. And we see, I want to say Kaylee does this as well, this type of art, face art, eye art. September 28th, a blurry picture of outside. I want to say this is Carly. And this is September 29th. Here she has a pic of just her eye with two friends. And this is another thing. She likes a lot of eye pics. And it reminds me of Dylan Mortensen, where we learned from the defense that she had on the wall, like I want to say a corkboard, if I remember correctly, of pictures of eyes and eyebrows. Some were, I want to say, hand-drawn. Here is October 4th. I don't know if this is from earlier in the summer or if it's nice enough to swim in October, which here in New York State, we've had those days. And a lot of sneaker pics and shoe pics with Nevaeh. Here she is with a friend, looks like in the classroom. October 10th, we have some Panera Bread when it was good back in the day. Here we have October 15th, looks like a football game with your football outfit, possibly, and of the football game at night. Here is October 17th. It looks like she's got two little peanuts there. Could be family, could be maybe a church group, because I don't recognize any of those faces. Here we have October 18th, and Nevaeh's doing a selfie and recycled this pic. This is one of the first pics she took or posted on here, as well as this one. The Fault in Our Stars, a movie. Never seen that movie. This dude looks familiar, though. He looks like he was in that movie Baby Driver, which I liked. October 18th, we got some balloons. And it looks like they write something on them and then let them go. Not if I know that personally. October 19th, got some more eye pics. I'm going to assume this is family. October 19th, we have a selfie and Nevaeh's with friends at, I'm going to say, Lake CDA. Here we are with a selfie with her tongue out, and she does stick her tongue out a lot like Bethany did. She does it for a while. She stops and then brings it back. And here we have the eye pics, October 20th. And I could see why she may be more into eyes is because of her specific trait. Here is Maddie's post of Good Job Tonight, Kay, October 21st, 2015. And Nevaeh's on there with an emoji. And here it looks like they made a poster for her. Kaylee is the real MVP. Love, Maddie, Riley, and Nev, which is very sweet. October 22nd, here we are with her sneaks. October 23rd, we have some ice cream with a friend and sticking her tongue out with another selfie with sticking her tongue out. October 25th, we have, looks like outdoor pics, possibly going out hiking of some sorts. Well, I think they're riding a buggy, which you'll see in the next slide. But we learned that Kaylee does like to go on hikes. She likes to be out in nature. Here we have Nev with tongue out, October 25th, and some pizza. And here is Kaylee's post with Nevaeh, or Nev, October 26th, 2015. Looks like the same place. Here we got a pic of the clouds, October 27th. October 28th, we have her with a selfie, one of her friend's eyes, and another selfie. October 29th, Krispy Kreme. And on the 31st of October, we have pink socks, which was a huge trend back then, pink. The Addams Family. And I'm going to say a sunset. Here with a friend, and Nevaeh with friend and their eyes. October 31st, this is Nev with Riley, Kaylee, and we've talked a little bit about her. Kaylee and Maddie do spend time with her for a short period of time. So here Kaylee has the same pic of best friends, November 1st, 2015. And Kaylee with Nevaeh and bosom. They got the bosoms, which, you know, I'm sure we all have had friends that had the big bosoms, and some embraced it and were confident with them and enjoyed having them, and some did not. I had one in particular who did not, because she played a lot of sports and she did a lot of running. So that gets in the way. This looks like possibly soccer, November 1st. Selfie with the tongue out and a sunset. November 1st, here at Kaylee Kaylee's pic of the three of them, Riley and Nevaeh and her. And it looks like this is from Halloween. November 5th, outdoor picture with a candle, some peanuts. Cold Stone Creamery. Used to have one by my house. I'm glad it's no longer there, because I went there way too many times. Gloomy Day. We have a selfie and a pic of her necklace. November 10th, we have some chocolate chip cookies. November 11th, we have some picture art. November 12th, we have a selfie and a friend. I'm not quite sure who that is. It might be Tori. And another, she recycles a lot of pictures. Like, she does these photo dumps and she recycles old pictures. Talk about recycling real quick. I just want to talk about the Bryan Kohberger hearing and what Judge Hippler decided, which I'm glad he stood on ground with that. You know, if he did it the first time with 911, it probably wouldn't have escalated to this point. I'm surprised he didn't, because the reason why Bryan is there is because of the publicity, as William Thompson has said. And it definitely escalated it big time. It just wasn't the 911 call. Now it was all about Bryan Kohberger. Some of it, I want to say it's hyperbole, especially when it comes to, you know, the searches that Bryan Kohberger did. Obviously, any female would not be okay with that. Hello, duh. Part of me believes that that's done purposefully, kind of with the incel information, as well as bringing out that information, how he used to work at a fish store cutting up fish, but never really put in that, yeah, he did work there, but got fired because he's not able to use a knife very well, which makes sense now hearing about his dexterity. And it's unfortunate that is brought up to make someone look bad, as it would naturally, but we'll see how true it is. Because what I've learned in my studies, that, you know, those are more than likely victims, and they're definitely being trafficked. They have to make those types of videos. And it just kind of shows you how our society is here at the U.S. We definitely like to make money off of exploiting people. It's our jam, so to speak. So we're exploiting this defendant for whatever reason, for many reasons. And I don't know how people are confused, how there's, yes, two different documents, because if they were investigating really both sides closely, it would just be one document, in my opinion. It wouldn't be, hey, defense, guess what? Someone leaked that information to Dateline. We're looking into it. He's actually getting an extra prosecutor, a special prosecutor, to do it. And just in case, though, keep your ears open. And if you hear anything, let your team know and have them reach out to you, and then come back to me, Judge Hippler. And then on the state side, he says, yeah, it's either law enforcement or someone who is associated with them now or formerly, or it was the prosecution, the state. And guess what? You have 7 days. If that information you have, don't touch it, don't do anything with it. Don't delete, don't do anything. And if it's part of some type of information that's on like an automatic delete of some sorts, undo that so that doesn't happen, because we're looking. So you hear the difference? One is, hey, heads up. And the other one's, hey, guess what? With very specific information, very specific details. I mean, that's why Brian Koberger has changed a venue. It's because of information being leaked and being hyped. So I don't get it. Some people are bringing up because the defense did it once at one time, which that wasn't even a violation of a gag order. It was something totally, I wouldn't say totally different. It was totally different. But because of what the state and what Bill Thompson understands what it's about, he associated with it, but it's not. And that's why they had to be more specific to let the state know, hello. So, moving on. And at the end of this video, I'm putting a video up of, it came on my feed recently. It's Homeland Security is thinking about doing a reality TV show of having immigrants, and the show be based on having these immigrants do like a contestant type thing, I guess, in order to help expedite their citizenship. Like, who wants to be the next U.S. citizen? Something like that. And thankfully, the comments did not disappoint. They were appalled by it, the majority. I don't think I even saw a comment that opposed of it, or not opposed of it, was in favor of it. So I'm going to put that at the end. It's gross. It's like this country likes to exploit. And hello, P. Diddy. If you're not paying attention to that, just a little tidbit. Prince dropped some huge bombs. He recorded a lot of shit in general, like his own music, but he also recorded some information about P. Diddy. So, whew. All right, so November 14th, 2015, Nevaeh being taking a picture outside. I'm going to say it's nice outside because it's November 14th. She's got no jacket on, if it was taken at that time, and North Face. On the 16th, showing the underwear, I want to say, because the pink, that was huge back then, and she is sticking her tongue out, doing a selfie. Picture of a friend. It looks like they're doing some type of possibly a ballet move. November 18th, outdoors, no shirt on. Maybe it's a nice day, a break in weather. November 20th, we got some more sneakers and knee-high socks. 22nd, we have some sprinkles, and I want to say that's possibly Cody Benz. Here we got a little peanuts, a picture of an eye, and picture with friend sticking tongue out. Looks like a family pic. I want to say he's in a few of them. Here at the mall, I'm going to assume Brandy Melville, and I'm not quite sure what that is. November 29th, we have a selfie, socks, and I want to say family. Here's Kaylee. She has a picture of a sandwich. It says Kay and Nev, possibly sharing a sandwich. Here she says, my favorite, always, and it looks like they're at a dance. All dressed up for a dance. On the 30th, here's Nev with a selfie in the bathroom. And December 2nd, and it's a picture of her with her bosoms and a selfie in the bathroom. December 3rd, in her Seahawks outfit. And here she writes, Tori eating food with braces. So here, I mean, it's funny. I guess it's funny. I mean, obviously, I don't know. It could be just their sense of humor. But she also does a lot of pics of not showing pics of her friends in the best light, which I find interesting because she just said to Kaylee, you know how I feel about this pic, but you're my favorite. So I'm not quite sure. Here she has a selfie that's blurry. Here we have December 3rd. She's with a friend, is holding a weight. Looks like here, December 3rd. I'm going to say it's probably not current, but it looks like it might be gym class. In December 3rd, I'm going to say that is Lake CDA. December 3rd, same thing. And here she has a text. Yeah, but bed is great, LOL. And then it looks like a guy. If you were here, it would be. And then she says, wow, slick. So she totally calls him out. Here it looks like that dress she was with Kaylee in, and here is with a friend. December 5th, doing a selfie with the tongue out and sports bra. December 6th, oh, the Fosters, Panera, and VS socks. Here we are with some sneakers. Looks like Peace, and I don't know if is that the country turkey, possibly? Excuse me. Oh, and here we go, December 8th, Brenna, eyelash goals, but she has her open her mouth, stick her tongue out with gum on it, so it could be just her sense of humor. Where There Is a Lake at LC, December 9th, and here we have Tori. And a selfie. So that's the 8th, this is the 9th, 4 pics. Here, December 10th, WTF Miss THID. So this is Kaylee and Miles. I had to look it up. This is, I guess, a pop duo out of, I want to say San Francisco, if I remember correctly. They just came out, not just right before this, December 10th, and then they ended up breaking up, I want to say a year later. But we'll see Nev in a few of pics, like she's on like a music video set type situation. So I don't know if she has like family that's in radio or has a studio. Here's December 10th, 2015, sneakers and pictures of eyes. It looks like the same person. Taking a pic, looking outdoors, a snap, December 10th. December 12th, braided hair and dog. On the 13th, another cute little dog, or medium-sized dog, a drink, and Nev sticking her tongue out near her boob with a selfie. December 14th, we have clouds with an alien emoji, cloud emoji in water, and a cute peanut. Here we have a friend with a very green tongue, something she's either drank or ate, like a Jolly Rancher of some sorts. That looks like Tori, peppermint mint, marshmallows, and laptop. Here it says, Big Sis, birthday, you're my favorite. This is December 17th. And she looks definitely older. Like not in high school older, like she's graduated. Picture of an outfit and Nev on the sink showing off her booty. So I've seen a couple people talk about how these girls do that in these photos, how they purposefully stick their butt out. That's definitely a trend that started like around this time. And I want to say also that was kind of like when, well, twerking was way before then, I want to say, but it's still around. It's just, I guess, human, just doing that. Some people do it more, some people do it less. Some really exaggerate it. But I embrace it. You know, all bums should have exposure if they want to. Speaking from someone who had a thedunk before it was considered socially acceptable. I want to say Jayla was the one that really got the booty on trend, so to speak, which helped people like me because there was no clothes made for our body types, and it was so difficult. It wasn't me and one of my other girlfriends, like we both were kind of ahead of that trend. We both had booties, and we would always just get so annoyed having to find jeans or even shorts that would fit us. Because back in the 90s, it was, even to the late 2000s, or late 90s, 2000s, you know, was that heroin chic type. And what an awful thing to make a trend. But you had to be wafy thin, and the clothes reflected that. So another pic, selfie in the bathroom. Looks like of their outfits. This is December 19th. Jake is a cat and a cute dog wearing some kitten ears. This looks like, I think Kaylee called her K-Hawks, Krista. And a friend in that outfit, which is the same picture, I want to say, from here. On a different day. And here we are at the bathroom pic, which she did on the 18th. Here she is doing it on the 19th. Chocolate chip cookies and a picture of hair. I don't think that's her. December 19th, pictures of their eyes covering their nose. December 20th, selfie. We got Christmas tree. It looks like possible. I think that's like a fake Christmas tree. And picture of a friend, Washington State top. Let me know in the comments, how do you feel about fake Christmas trees? Now, I've always been real Christmas tree until recently. The past few years, I ended up getting a fake one, which I never thought I would ever do. But it's a rose gold Christmas tree. So if I'm going to do fake, it's going to be fake all the way. Why did I change? Well, because where I live, and it was different when you lived in the country and you know who to go to, and they planted and replanted. You don't know where what farm they get it from. And you would go and actually like chop it down and stuff, or saw it down. Now it's not the same when you just go to a parking lot and buy it. December 20th, we have braids, and here she is with her friend, sticking her tongue out yet again. Doing a selfie, and here she is, same pic. She recycles these pics. All right. So December 22nd, we have a picture of the Christmas tree looking outside, snowing. And here she is in the bathroom, December 23rd. With the shower curtain not all the way closed. Here on the 24th, Christmas presents are so hard because I want to keep them for myself. Think happy, be happy, do what you love. So those look like journals. You wash, I'll dry. And I'm going to say it's a family member, but not a very flattering picture. Here we go outside, December 24th, so a white Christmas. Here we are with some puppies, puppy spam, on the 25th. Very cute puppies. December 26th, I can't get enough. I don't blame you. And also on the 26th, we're in a car with some friends, sticking our tongue out. Two of them are. Here on the 29th, picture of her outfit. And of probably a gift from Christmas, one of these earrings, which I do have a few of these, where it's just all one earring. Here we are, 2016. So January 1st, cold outdoors. I think that's Demi Lovato. I'm sure someone will correct me. I had to look her up with the Google lens. This is January 3rd. January 5th, here we are. She's looks like she plays volleyball. She's number 13. Selfie and of friends, and it's blurry. On the 5th, belly button picture. On the 6th, I'm going to say it's like frozen yogurt at the bottom. Possibly even just Greek yogurts, depending. I'm going to say it's a family member. January 7th, iPhone. I'm going to say it's probably a new one because of the color, and it's 2016. Looks like here it's a picture of a restaurant. On the 8th of January, she's showing off her Lululemons and her sneaks and her like fruit dish at this restaurant. On January 9th, we have another one of this same volleyball pic. Here we are with Tori. I'm not quite sure. Looks like they're in the classroom. And here with some friends. On January 10th, selfie and champagne toast candle. On the 12th, this looks like the school. Picture of some sneaks and sticking her tongue out with her friend. Whoops. Red velvet cupcake candle. Picture of her sneaks. Picture of the restaurant. On the 13th, we got some pizza. With a friend in the bathroom, most likely in school. And here she is with Tori XOXO. On the 14th with Tori, and it looks like they have some bunny ears. It almost looks like those are made, like handmade with pipe cleaner. In the middle you have, looks like Riley Walker. Here we have Tori and a friend. I'm not sure who that is. Here we have Nev doing a selfie, and we'll see this shirt with Kaylee as well, and a bow. This looks like it's in school just by looking at the posters. January 15th, we got a friend with her tongue out, and look at the puppies. Oh, the one puppy, how much they grown. Oh, here we are with Kaylee and Nev, and this is Kaylee's post. This is January 16th. Yay for the fish. Love being a T-wolf. And here is Kaylee. Wouldn't want to take home the fish with anyone but these girls. And so we have Nevaeh, Kaylee. I want to say that's Cody. I don't know who these two girls are, and I want to say it's Charlotte, if I remember correctly, because we went over her a couple videos before. Here on the 16th, we have Nevaeh in that same outfit, doing a selfie. On the 16th, Nevaeh, it's looks like a basketball game, January 16th. And here she is with Kaylee. And those are probably the basketball players for their school. Here we are in the bathroom with the booty out. And here we are again, taking a picture with their friends. Nevaeh with the eye art, doing a selfie, and this is from Nevaeh's posts, the picture that was taken together that Kaylee had posted on hers. January 19th, we have a selfie, LOL, and she has some type of braiding. Not so much French braid, but a different type of braid, it looks like. It's like a combination. January 20th, we have Riley, who's cut out the picture, and a friend with just her eye. Here we have the 21st of January. Looks like Tori is possibly dropping it in the classroom. The 22nd looks like a family member, picture of an eye, picture of a family member. Well, at least Nevaeh is not in it altogether, which is fine. If you're taking the pic, in my opinion, and if you're cut out of it, okay. She could be just doing it for her eye. When we do it with a friend, that's different. Unless her friend's like, yeah, just do my eye. I don't know. Here we are, Love of My Life, Part 2. This is Kaylee's post, Wolf Lodge with my love of my life. With my love of my life. Now, I just saw on YouTube that this just burnt down recently. And it was a staple within that area. It's been there forever. So a lot of people were sad that it burnt. On the 25th, we have Nevaeh with her dog. Looks like she's got a new phone case, Kate Spade, and her fruit cup dish. Picture of her sneaks, January 25th. On the 26th, we got some drinks and a friend. The 27th, picture of her pic with this gentleman looking at her like we are. Why do you take a picture of your shoe? Take a moment to look at how candid Faye is. So I don't know who Faye is, but this is Nevaeh. Cass is cute. Picture of her eye. January 28th, it looks like Tori possibly because of the freckles. Pictures of her eyes. January 30th, someone's taking a picture of Nev holding her hands. She's doing a selfie and love. So that's Cass, right? Nope, this is Cass. I want to say that's Carly. January 30th, picture of, I don't know if it's just the shadows, like the lighting that she's taking a picture of, and that looks like family. Got a couple peanuts, and then selfie with her tongue out. Some more peanuts with the puppy. February 4th, it looks like I want to say Tori with one of the puppies. And here on February 5th, Nevaeh, it looks like she's on some type of program. I'm not quite sure, but she's being a little risque. And she writes cool question marks, and it's just shadows. So I think she's just having fun with being a little artistic. February 6th, looks like a Snapchat with a filter. And here she is with Kaylee, February 5th. Favorite. So I don't know if she means the person or the drink. And here it says miss this. So it looks like she went to a Seattle Seahawks game. I don't know. February 8th. And it looks like it's cut. Like it's doubled here. But it looks like she's been working out. She's got some abs, so. Or maybe that's a filter. So here we have Kaylee's post, February 9th. And Nevaeh writes 200th like. I'm cool, I know. At Squash Lightning. Why don't I get cute comments? So. February 10th, selfie, Javi. Selfie with the tongue out, cute, ripped jeans. Whose shirt? I don't know. Selfie in the bathroom, so cute. This is February 15th, so it looks like possibly her bedroom door. You are smart, you are kind. We are lucky to have you. You are beautiful. You are funny. You are greatly loved. And cool. Sticking her tongue out. But kind of like in that playful emoji way, possibly. Fave. And they're both touching each other's bums. Here we are on the 15th, showing off some belly. Here she is with Tori. And the bathroom, showing off her bum. And a selfie. On the 16th, she puts question marks. I'm assuming possibly for her outfit. What it do? So here she is. I want to say I've seen that top before. It looks like possibly a bathing suit top. Here on the 18th, I love my Tor so much. She is so cute. I would swim 1,000 oceans for her. Glad I have a friend like her at Tor. And she's got a picture of her up close, but she's got something on her face. This is the picture you do? Is this being silly? And then some rings. Here's February 20th. Looks like some type of a lunch dish. And here it's a post of some sort that says, "Darlin', please, don't do shit for a boy. Don't shave for a boy. Don't fake your interest for a boy. Don't leave school for a boy. Don't lose weight for a boy, and don't cry for a boy. The world is full of boys, but there's only one of you." So, that's high school. If you remember being in high school, you're always in a rush to grow up. You're in a rush to be in a relationship. You're in a rush to get your first kiss, and everyone's in a rush. Here we have Kaylee Who wouldn't want a little Nev in their life? Just thought you should have some Nev in your life. February 20th. Nev BB. So we saw that pic just earlier. And here is of Kaylee. February 21st, picture of while they're out driving, and this looks like they're keeping score for, they're probably JV, I'm going to say, and they're there for the varsity team. Not sure. And here we are, first place, baby. And they are holding up, it looks like socks. So I have an unhealthy view, and I know it's unhealthy, I know it's not right, of volleyball players. I don't like them, I don't trust them. I don't know why, but I do. But I do like beach volleyball players. Those that have, they're like the 2-team ones, like on the Olympics. Like those, I'm in awe of. I'm in awe. But this type of volleyball, like in a gymnasium, I don't know. I don't like them. I don't trust them. February 22nd, we have Converse and some Vans. Picture of the necklace again on the 22nd. And it looks like they are here with their volleyball gear on, volleyball blanket. Most likely probably at the school of some sorts. I made turtles, wore Jesus sandals today. And I do like those sandals. February 27th, selfie in the bathroom with Tor. That looks like Cody to me. The 28th, she's eating pizza. Not the most flattering picture. And a picture of her eye. More than likely focusing on the eyelashes. Here's Maddie. First post with Nevaeh. It's February 29th, 2016. And Maddie has her tongue out with Nevaeh. Part of me feels like, and this is my personal opinion, that Nevaeh may be a little bit of, 'cause she's got an older sister, she may be a little bit of an influencer on the other gals. Are for the ring. There she is showing off her Jesus shoes. I should put this up here. March 1st. Another selfie. And here, March 1st. So she does this at 12:54 a.m. So March 1st, we have Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. This is Maddie's post. And Nevaeh says, Mexico without Nev. What is this? Exclamation points at Maddie, at Kaylee. And she writes, Kaylee responds back, at Nevaeh Douglas, you go with me sophomore year. And Kaylee writes, back to Mexico in a month, girlfriend. March 1st, selfie with a boy. And here we are with Riley, and I want to say this is Alexandra, which we talked a little bit about her. Here we are, March 2nd. Here's Nevaeh. Not quite, don't know who those gals are. And here we are, another selfie. Cute friends, looks like at school. That looks like Keeks. Not quite sure, not quite sure. You can be pretty like you. And I think this is my mistake of doing these two together for some reason. This is March 4th, and it looks like she's shopping for underwear with some type of writing on it. And March 5th, and here we saw this earlier with Kaylee. Oh, and this is Kaylee's. Showing that buggy of some sorts. So I wonder if Nevaeh owns some land where you can do that, or if there's specific places in Idaho that you can go drive these around. March 5th. So this is, I blew this up a little bit. So it's summer road trip essentials, outfits, food, and songs. My swimsuit collection, Target, thrift stores, Forever 21, and more. And it says my life hacks. Airplane, travel, hair, makeup, outfit, what to pack in your carry-on, what to do when you've bored on spring break, 10 fun ideas, travel, hair, makeup, outfits, how to pack, what girls do when they're home alone. So it seems to be pretty popular. It's got millions of views. Some tips and tricks. March 6th. Selfie. March 9th. Looks like they're talking via whatever this is. Probably Zoom. It can't be Zoom because it's 2016. Must be something different. I'm not sure. Got a bowl today, just like every day. Here we have on the 10th. This is Nevaeh with, I want to say this, as Kaylee calls her, K-Hawks, and Kaylee. March 11th, Purpose, the World Tour. Here we are, the selfie on the 13th. Here we have her with friends. We saw a picture of her when she was eating that sub. Here's Riley and here's Maddie. Here we have the 13th with a filter, and here Nevaeh is taking the picture without her in it with Maddie and Riley. Selfie. Grilled chicken sandwich. And it looks like some body art with turtle. Here we are on the 21st. This is my favorite thing ever. I don't know why. So no, she whispered, I don't believe you. My heart twisted at the sound of her voice. Believe me, I was fighting back tears of my own. I don't love you anymore. Of course I was lying. I loved her. My God, I loved her. More than words could ever properly explain. But I was a hurricane and she was a tornado. And we just didn't mix like the light wind and soft drizzle we used to be. So I looked this up. I Google Lensed it. And she changed the wording in here because it's no, he whispered, I don't believe you. My heart twisted at the sound of his voice. Believe me, I was fighting back tears of my own. I don't love you anymore. So, and this was on WAP, which is a website with like romantic novels, steamy novels, like teen novels. Here's some cupcakes that look like clowns, and I'm going to say that is Grey's Anatomy. Here, let me show you. All right, I'm back. So, Wattpad, the story I'll never write. No, he whispered, I don't believe you. Her heart twisted at the sound of his voice. Believe me, she was fighting back her own tears. I don't love you anymore. Of course she was lying. She loved him. My God, she loved him. More than words could ever possibly explain. But she was a hurricane and he was a tornado, and they just didn't mix like soft wind and light drizzle they used to be. So no, she whispered. So she changed it a little bit. This is my favorite thing ever. I don't know why. So as we're going through this, part of me I get with Nevaeh is she gives maybe sexual fluid type vibes. Because as we go through, you're going to see she can also be kind of a chameleon, which can be a little much. Which, as a July 5th baby myself, I too have, when I was younger, been a bit of a chameleon, mostly like where I worked, just to like fit in, kind of like a safety type thing. But you need to put up like strong boundaries with that. You have to be careful with that because it can be weird. And when you're in high school, you're learning about yourself, you're learning what type of person you want to be. You kind of emulate your friends because of qualities they have that you would also like to have, but you also have to find your own qualities, so to speak. So, but you make your own up your own mind, but that's what I can kind of see. She almost gives off like single white female type energy from time to time, in my opinion. And please correct me if I'm wrong, but that's, or not correct me, but let me know what you think. It's a little, she plays in the gray area a little too much in my opinion. But we're just looking at pictures, right? Just one side. It's not going to have a whole robust amount of information, but from what I've seen, that's just kind of the feeling I get. Like this. You are worth it with the toilet. You are worth it with the toilet? Like, what is that? I don't know if this is maybe possibly, the only thing I could think of is maybe like bulimia, like you're throwing up, and that's definitely something that females do struggle with. So, don't throw up because you're worth it type thing. Maybe she's struggling. Maybe that's why I get these weird vibes from her, because she's struggling with something. Could possibly be that she's kind of all over the place a little bit, and her humor is a little odd. That kind of reminds me of if you ever watch The Housewives of New York City, and what was her name? She had an issue with anorexia, bulimia. Jules. What was her name? Jules. She had 2 children. She suffered from an eating disorder, and she was kind of all over too. So maybe maybe she's going through something. So, and that's why she's writing this, or it could be something totally off-kiltered, like totally something innocent, but it's kind of strange to put "you are worth it" by a toilet. So that's what I'm thinking it is. It's possibly has to do with bulimia. And a lot of girls in high school, that's kind of when those symptoms show up. And like with people who abuse substances, it's an underlying cause of something else that they're not dealing with at the time. They're avoiding it, and they're masking it by either ingesting illegal substances or more than they should, or some become anorexic or bulimic. It's because they're struggling with some type of internal struggle, and the way they know how to deal with it is in an unhealthy manner, but that's how they're dealing with. And we've mentioned this before with those who self-harm. This looks like family on March 23rd. And this almost looks like a young Nevaeh. So, I don't know. Hey, what's good? Want to bang? You're hot? Ugh. Money. You got 2 iPhones. And $4. Now, this had my brain going. When I said it earlier, it's hard not to let your imagination go a little wild, where you start like thinking, connecting dots that are just like crazy. And when I saw this is the first thing I thought of, like $4, like how random to do $4. And she is, out of all the friends I've seen so far of Kaylee and Maddie, she's the only one that takes pictures with money like this. I can't think of anyone else who has shown money in any of their, like displaying money like this in any of their photos. But here is the 4, and the 2 who survived were on their phones. Like, so weird. But it's totally coincidental. It's like nothing. It's just strange that it's just $4 and 2 phones. That could be like their change from after they are sharing a drink. Something very innocent. So March 23rd, 8:22, Nevaeh Douglas, Instagram, Alex Garcia 15. For my B-Day present, I want you to find a bae that treats you good. And she writes, it's okay, Nev. So I wonder if she went through some type of a breakup, or she was seeing had a crush. But it says a bae, so boyfriend, that treats you good. So, hello, I'm Nev, and I wish I would have posted this pic, not the one I posted. So, and here, that looks like that top that we saw she wore. And this is Live Aloha, I love Hawaii. So possibly she's in Hawaii right now, or those pictures were taken in Hawaii. So here at the 25th, Hawaii, beachy, and here's that top we saw earlier. Palm trees, Seattle, and friends. She writes, I don't know if this is a nod to Beavis and Butthead. March 25th. So here's a wall of pictures, which I think this is cool. I like this. Money. Here we go again. Money. And I want to say she does a couple more. Nev has a trademark on wellness, so creds to Nev. And this is Kaylee's post. Here she is, March 26th. Selfie. Both of them. Here we are. Looks like pics of Hawaii. Here's Maddie, Seattle, Washington. And Nevaeh says, you are my heart. This is March 28th. I've been thinking about ya. And it's her. This looks like it's Hawaii. Gorgeous friend. That is Tori. Now with Tori, she also went to the University of Idaho, and I want to say she was also Alpha Phi, if I remember correctly. Here, get a selfie. I want to say this possibly might be the hotel that she stayed in. It looks like a hotel room to me. Hawaii. Selfie. Hawaii. Here we are with that top. Another selfie making a silly face, tongue out. On April 2nd, another selfie and Hawaii. April 3rd, I believe this is a family member. April 3rd, Riley, because you're perfect and your tits and ass are way bigger than mine. And Jordan Douglas said yes. Here we are with some shoes or sandals. Terminal. Use those brows, F me up, Nevaeh. And those are beautiful brows, I have to say. FaceTime. I don't have an iPhone, but that's what I think it is. FaceTime. And hello. Tongue out. Not all the way, but out. Here we go. Yes, F me up. April 6th. Honey. And I'm going to say outfit. She does several of these types of pics as well. And here's Nev. You make me happy. Have you. Make sure you're ready. I'm on my way. We're going to run and get you a Asia bowl, depending on how long we have. What the heck? You're my... Kaylee, math better with them. So we have Tori, Nev, not quite sure. Here's April 8th and G-Easy, Nev, and Riley. So here's Maddie at Spokane Arena. Carly, Riley, Nev. Yes, with VITW babies. Here she is, April 8th. Looks like her older sister possibly. And April 8th as well. Mac Miller in this bitch. So here he is. Here's Maddie. Nevaeh. Kinda lit. Daddy. Put some pants on. Tori, love you more. April 9th. Picture of her bum. Or maybe someone else's bum. Good shit. And here's Kaylee's fam. At Kayla. Some pictures of sneaks. April 11th, volleyball. April 11th, more pics of shoes. Lover. April 11th, Kaylee Goncalves. April 11th, 2016. Looks like a math paper. Eyes on your paper, Dev. April 13th, selfie. That looks like G-Easy. And you are very cute. This is Maddie. You get me at K, April 14th. Kaylee. Was he being rude or just ignoring you? Both. I.e. Here we have Maddie's post. And she's with Nevaeh. I'm not quite sure who the other person is. Ed Aaron published this. Selfie. And little baby. Woohoo. Evergreen Regional Volleyball Championship, Spokane, Washington. Welcome, athletes. So, Evergreen is, I want to say it's a university or college. I'm sure this is probably not, I don't know, this is Spokane, Washington, but I'm just thinking about Evergreen. I think it's like a university in Oregon, like Portland, Oregon. Some crazy stuff went down. Like these people were trying to actually murder a professor, Weinstein, and his wife, who also worked there. So April 16th, when he cute, but you know you're getting played. And that's the face you make. April 17th, picture of shoes with a friend. Here's Tori. She puts baby. Coffee. Going out for coffee. And this is the outfit. And the necklace. Here she is with a dish she's finishing up. And then mom. Oh Lord, duh. I try to tell you. Boys think with their penis and not their heads. Very true. And we see some of that in the Karen Reed trial with Higgy Baby. You could tell he did not, well, he doesn't have game, number one. and the text message exchanges they had. And there's some controversy where people think something happened between them. I don't think so, but some guys do. Because they think with their head. Or their penis, not their head. But some of the guys see this and they're like, yeah, Iggy baby, you know he's never had any attention. That's the way he acts. But, that's a terrible case as well. April 20th, we have Nev taking a picture with Kaylee and this male, don't know who he is. And here she is taking a pic with, I want to say it almost looks like a teacher. So April 21st, selfie with a friend. It is what it is. And selfie showing her bum. I'm sure a family member, and a selfie, I don't know, showing off her jeans. Here on the 23rd with Riley, as well as Keeks and little pups, my baby sister. So there you go. She's got a younger sister. Washington cup, looks like soccer, and a pineapple. Nev's ready for my party, but who isn't? And this is Kaylee's post. Nev must have sent her this picture. Ass is party ready. April 24th, not quite sure who that is. And both pics. Picture of her eye. Night Nev, I love you. Not quite sure who that is either. How has it been 1 year since I've seen your face? So this is some type of United 26 tour. Not quite sure. Let me Google pick this one real quick, see if it comes up. With faces, it doesn't do very well unless they're on several sites. And I try to look with Google Lens and it's not showing up. It says several different males, but not one specific. Here we are, April 27th, cute, which I don't know. And here we are with the pup. Confused tour. Here she is with a filter, ho. I don't think that's her. Not quite sure who that is, with their tongue out. And here is Nev with Kaylee, twin. Both wearing their Nike sweatshirts. Goals, the 29th, all the things this girl does to me. And then Sandy. So that's 28th, that's the 29th. Get yourself a boy who plays football. This is April 30th. Then here she is with Kaylee and never been happier. Some more puppies. This girl is surrounded by puppies. Blitz and out to coffee with Kaylee. My boy, May 1st. Your Insta picture. Holy cow, you're so freaking cute. There's a baby, and then a picture of Nev, Riley. I want to say that's Carly. Best friend, and that looks like Tori. And here she is with Keeks, and that's hot girlfriend. May 6th, always tired, but never of you. Your girl, Nev. Sweet dreams, cutie. And this is by RAF. Here she is with her tongue out. May 7th, selfie. Here's Kaylee's post. Weekends with them are always my favorite. And here she is with Riley and Nevaeh. May 9th with Kaylee, and it looks like a boy. And here she is with Nevaeh and Riley. So far we see Nevaeh spend more time with Kaylee than she does with Maddie. So here, 9th, they're in a bed hanging out with Riley and two boys. And here Nevaeh's with Riley. Here she is with probably a family member, Hawaii, and a selfie. All right, so Nevaeh doesn't post again until May 26, 2018. So this is 2016. So I wonder if this has anything to do with it. Just maybe got in a little trouble with the parents for the social medias. Or it could be something totally different, because she is still on social media. She doesn't just post on here. And I mentioned before that sometimes this account, or this platform, is mostly used for what you don't want, like your parents to see, or other friends to see, or family members to see. You kind of just do like the post we've seen of like Kaylee and Nevaeh with like their booby pictures and so on and so forth. So maybe her parents found out about this on this platform, or it could be something just not even close to that. But this was done on the 9th, and she doesn't post again until May 26, 2018. I mean, 2 years is quite a strong punishment, but maybe she had like some time she couldn't be on there or any social media, and then she just stopped going on this particular one for a while without even realizing it. We don't know. So now these next photos we're mostly going to see on the other two Instagrams. So here, May 15th, 2016. It's Maddie's post, and Nevaeh says, I love you. So Carly, Hav is what she calls her, Nevaeh and Kaylee. May 21st, this is Kaylee, and they're having a sleepover in a tent. Fun. Here she is on Maddie's. Don't know who that person is. And here she is on Kaylee's. And it's Tori and Nevaeh. I wonder if I should go on hers to see if there's any of Nevaeh. Hold on. Alright, so her Insta is private, and she does not have a Vasco. I seriously do not love a single person more than Nevaeh Douglas. She makes my heart so happy. This is June 14th. And they're looking off the same cone. June 27th, she's with Kaylee, and Kaylee says, F the dirty mirror, but yay for them. It's my best friend's birthday, July 5th, 2016, and she's with Kaylee. July 30th, she's on Maddie's, which is Day Well Spent. It's Nevaeh with Kaylee and Alexandra Medina, which we went over. And Kaylee also posts her and Nevaeh on this platform on the 31st. Here they are on Kaylee's. And August 13th, Maddie is with Nevaeh at Sandpoint. And Nevaeh says, I love you. So now she's hanging out with both of them around the same time. Here we are, August 16th. Nevaeh says, my baby, on Kaylee's. And here on Kaylee, she's with her August 17th, as well as with Tori. Here on August 20th, she's with Kaylee. I want to say it looks like K-Hawks, possibly. Or Krista, maybe. So here on the 28th, she's on Kaylee, and there's Tori, K-Hawks, and Nevaeh. This is Kaylee's post on September 6th, and Nevaeh says, or Kaylee writes at Nevaeh Douglas, the one and only Nicole Douglas, which I don't know what that means. Here Nevaeh is on Kaylee's, things are different now, but I wouldn't trade the memories or the whole summer I spent with this girl for anything. Being a Douglas was a blessing. So, this is September 20th. So looking back. Well, Maddie's with her on the 13th. So here's Kaylee's with her on the 31st, the 30th, the 5th, and June 27th, June 14th. So maybe Kaylee spent a lot of time with her over the summer. This looks like the carnival that's there. Here we are, September 22nd on Kaylee's, as well as October 1st with Carly and I forgot her name. So here she is on Maddie's post, the Palmino Club. Even for how aggressive I look, you're still the love of my life. October 4th. October 24th, here's Kaylee. I love this weather almost as much as I love at Nevaeh. So October 4th, 24th. And here she is with her on the 29th. Downtown Spokane today. Along with Alexandra Medina. And she writes, I love you. And here we see Kate DeCour, which is Jack DeCour's sister. Here we are, 2017. We've been through a lot so far. It's only been 2 years. I feel like we've been through a lot of drama for some reason. So, only happy because spring break is 45 days away. So I don't know why I put this in here. Maybe I saw Nevaeh Miller and put that when it should have been Nevaeh Douglas. So that's my fault. And she's tagged in this one. She's not in it, so she's probably taking the picture. So here's Krista Brenner, Tori Long, JC Brockhoff. Here she is with Kaylee, April 16th. And she does some emojis down here. And Tori writes, love you both so much. So she's doesn't really post with her until February. And then not again until April. And we really haven't seen Maddie. So April 21st, 2017, she's with Kaylee. And Kaylee again at Sandpoint, May 21st. And Tori says, why are my best friends the prettiest peoples I've ever seen? Deja, you're such a beautiful human being. And didn't know it was possible to love someone as much as I love you. Thanks for being my best friend. Kate DeCour, right? Aw, she's a cutie. Nevaeh, I love you. She says this to Emily. Oh my God, you're so cute at Nevaeh. I love you. my heart. So lucky to have you, sissy. I do miss the old Kanye, but I'd miss you more if I didn't have you in my life. Beyond blessed. Love you long time. So she looks so different here for some reason. June 3rd, 2017. Fave people on the planet. And here's Maddie. Oh my God, I love you. So this is the first we've seen of Maddie since this year. Here we are, July 5th. Happy 16th to my better half. So thankful for you and all the memories. Spending the last year by your side has made for the best year yet, and I can't wait for so many more to come. Words can't describe how blessed I am to have you and your family in my life. I will forever be thankful for all that you guys have done for me and all that you continue to do for me. I love you, Nevaeh Nicole Douglas, with all my heart and more than all the zip fizzes in the whole world. And you know that's saying a lot. Happy sweet 16, sissy. And she writes back, OMG, KG. I love you so much. I am the blessed one. So thankful for you. Thank you for spending this day with me and always having my back. Love you lots. And this, we've seen this picture before. So here on the 29th, this is Kaylee's like a celebration of life for her grandpa. And Nevaeh puts a heart. So here we are, September 20th. We're almost done with this year. And here's Nevaeh with Kaylee, Kay Bauman, and Andrew McInnes. And Kaylee writes Wednesday nights, soccer games. And here we are, the 24th. Looks like it's some type of a dance, or homecoming. There we go. Hoko with the people I love most in this life. And here we are, we see Maddie with Nevaeh and Kaylee. Tori Long and me. Gregory Link. He's got some heart-eye emojis. Love you both endlessly. I love you. Kaylee writes, at Tori Long, of course, boo. We missed you. So here we are, September 24th. Still. Oh, here's Maddie's posts. So here we are, Hoko. Nevaeh Douglas, your nail. Bye. So here she is. Here's Gregory Link. There's Jack, Maddie, Talon, Kaylee, and Peter Scheim, which I think I've talked about him before, but he went to the University of Idaho, and he is in a fraternity as well there. So here's Maddie and Nevaeh. Jack DeCour does a little heart emoji, as well as Peter. Here we are, October 13th, and now we have the three of them together. And I'm assuming that Tori is taking the picture. The best friends I could ever ask for. Maddie writes, my sissies. And here are the three of them on October 28th. All in like the same costume. Happy Halloween weekend from me and my besties. And here's Maddie's Halloween weekend. Love of my lives. Nevaeh says October 28th and love. November 26th, Kaylee writes, lucky in so many ways. Peter Scheim does a little sideways face. Kaylee is with Maddie here, but Nevaeh writes, lovely pic. So here we have December 9th. Kaylee, 'tis the season. And here's Kate DeCour, Jack's sister. Claire. Tori's taking the pic. And there's Nevaeh. And here they are dressing alike. Looks like Nevaeh's gotten her hair did. She's got some blonde. And looks like they both got haircuts. Hers longer. This is November. Maddie has always seemed to have longer hair. You see Kaylee play with her hair more. Here's Maddie, December 27th. Angel, writes Nevaeh. Here we are, 2018. Here she is with Maddie. I love you so much. And on the 20th, here she is with Kaylee. Miss this. Bailey Miller, pretty, which Bailey Miller is, we went over her. She is Jack's cousin. I think we've seen this post before. On the 22nd, Maddie, Miami, Florida. Nevaeh, Little Angel Boo. Kaylee, how beautiful sun shines. This is January 31st. Tori Long, gorgeous, I love you, as always. So here they are all together, April 21st at WSU Pullman. Tori Long writes, baby's looking fine. Love you, sissy. And there's that Smith, Marla Smith or something like that. Remember her? Is that her? Nevaeh, Kaylee, Maddie. All right, I'm looking up Bethany's slides that we did just to see if that's her. April 21st, this is Kaylee, WSU Pullman, with Nevaeh, and then there's Maddie, WSU Pullman. On Maddie's post. Now it looks like Nevaeh has gained some weight. So maybe she does have, which is a very Cancer element. We tend to move up and down with our weight. Hold on one moment. All right, I did a quick search. I couldn't find the area that I was looking for, retracing my memory steps, but I did find this with Bethany. So, kind of looks like her. If I had more pictures with her, I would probably, but she was on my radar, and I just noticed her there. I think I noticed her there before when talking about Maddie. April 21st. I miss you so much, Kaylee. Kaylee. Oh, I swore I put a date on here. Or did I do it? Oh, shoot. This was recent. I want to say it was March. Hold on. All right, so this is from January 14th, 2023. I just noticed it recently, but I took this a while back. So here is Maddie's post with Nevaeh on it, and she writes, "I love you, sissy." So now here we're back on Nevaeh's social. May 26, 2018. Deja. Selfie. With the tongue out. May 26, 2018. So yeah, she's definitely has gained some weight. And like I was saying before, that's definitely a Cancer trait where we go up and down with our weight because we love food. We love it. And as you saw, there's been a lot of food on Nevaeh's socials. All different types. And you do see that in others too as well. But I want to say, now that I'm thinking about it, more so on hers and compared to Maddie's and Kaylee's. But that's definitely a Cancer trait. Here we are in the May 26th, continuation of May 26th. So there you go. So there's 3 posts there, May 26th, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Money. Water. Outdoors. And these are all May 26th. Here she is with Kaylee and Maddie. And this is May 31st. So here it says, when you start to feel like things should have been better this year, remember the mountains and valleys that got you here. They are not accidents. And these moments weren't in vain. You are not the same. You have grown and you are growing. You are breathing. You are living. You are wrapped in endless, boundless grace, and things will get better. There's more to you than yesterday. Morgan Harper Nichols. So it looks like all of these are the shows she's been to, I want to say. And here she is, June 2nd. This is like a set for like a music video. Sorry that I can't believe that anybody ever really starts to fall in love with me. And here is this Heartbreak Hotel. It's like a DJ, like an instrumental. Here, I'm so sad, I'm so sad. Here she is on Kaylee's June 4th, 2019 with also JC Brookoff. Amen. Congratulations. So this is them graduating. So 2 years is a long time to not post anything on that social when you think about being in high school back in those years. That's a long time. Here she is, Girls Club, June 4th. Her hair is longer. Kaylee's is shorter. So yeah, here it is. So yeah, they kind of have the same hairdo. Maybe she put extensions in, that's why it's longer. But then it's short, so she must have done extensions. So, Girls Club. Selfie. Possibly inside her kitchen. Here she is. Graduation pics. Sneaker and car. Mazda. And then here, what's the greatest lesson a woman should learn? That since day one, she's already had everything she needs within herself. It's the world that convinced her she did not. And that's a family member, June 17th. Hello, Summer, June 30th. July 1st. Here it looks like Disneyland, July 4th, with family. July 6th, another woman's beauty is not the absence of your own beauty. July 14th, sunset. Don't know where this is. Hot tub. July 31st, Seattle, Washington. Some pics from Emerald City. Nevaeh Douglas does some emojis. And here she is with her at Lake Coeur d'Alene. I love you so much. Here she is on her own with, I'm going to say, a family member. Can't buy me love, but you can buy me ice cream. And at first, this kind of looks like a dorm to me. But it could be just her room. Just a little desk area of her own. Here we have Maddie and Nevaeh does Boo Boo. August 18th, Don't Worry Angel. There's no such thing as a bad or perfect body. August 18th. Manitou Park. I wish you were here, Maddie. I need you more than ever. I miss you so much. So let me check and see when that one is. I'm just noticing these now. So this is February 5th, 2023. When she says this. I swear I had those when they were working. Is this not saving very well? You know what? Let me go here. October. So, okay. So they're in the future. All right. Here they are, August 24th, on her own. And not sure who that is. This is Maddie, Kootenai County Fairgrounds. That's what it is, Kootenai County. I love you to infinity. Soaking up the last few days of summer. Nevaeh does heart eye emoji with sick, drooling. And here they are together September 4th. It looks like a house party of some sorts. And here is Nevaeh on hers with Tori and Maddie. Fall in love. Here she is. She became the love she searched for. Lake City High School, Alien Sissies, Nevaeh the cutest. And oh my OMG, wow, Sedona, Arizona. And here she is with her on her own, Maddie, and someone I don't know. And this looks like the back of a restaurant of some sort, September 28th, 2018. September 30th. And Nevaeh says, God really took his time on you, sister. And she writes, my love. So here they are at the pumpkin patch. So you really don't see much of Kaylee now. It's mostly Maddie and Nevaeh. Care less to see if they'll care more. Here we go. October 12th. So this is Whoops. And this is them all together. My cookie, I love her and you all so much. So here is the restaurant. So it's a European-style bakery specializing in French macaroons, daily fresh pastries, European coffee blend. And it's at 119 North 4th Street. October 16th, 2018. Nevaeh, wow, my feed is blessed, sis. Maddie writes, I love you. Here they are together. Looks like at the same house party. Looks like Nevaeh's got some glitter in her hair. And she's wearing the Jeffrey Dahmer glasses, which came back in popularity. October 18th. Lena, I think it's Lena the Love. Here it says, Nama, I miss your face. I miss you too, my cookie. Olivia O'Brien, find what you're looking for. Here she is with Maddie and some guy. And here they are at Whoops. October 21st, 2018. Here's Nevaeh in the hot tub doing a selfie with a friend. Her own selfie, and then in the mirror. Taking a picture of the sunset. And 2 selfies. October 26th. Selfie. Nevaeh's Tuesday. You deserve to be loved without having to hide the parts of yourself that you think are unlovable. You're never too important to be nice to people. Here on the 28th, she comments on Maddie's, my beautiful bestie boo, my heart is full. She's doing a selfie here, and someone wearing a unicorn mask. Late night adventures, tongue out with Maddie. Here, Maddie's post, she writes, how is it possible for someone to be this hot? Not okay. Here she is doing a selfie, November 6th, outdoors. November 7th. Here she is with Riley. Riley looks very grown up since the last time we've seen her. We haven't seen Riley in a while. But then again, she hasn't been on here for 2 years. Sunset. However much I love you, you will always love me more. I like myself better when I don't pay attention to anyone else. And Megan Fox. Here we are with a selfie. Give yourself time to grow. Self-acceptance is a process. And Ariana Grande. So, Nevaeh is going through things. She is going through things, which is going to happen when you are a young female. And it sounds like she is being a little more self-aware. She probably compares herself to other people, which is a natural human reaction. And it's also almost encouraged to always constantly compare yourself to not only others, but, that whole saying, you're competing with the Joneses. It's like a very capitalistic slogan so that you keep buying and consuming. So it's definitely encouraged. So it's difficult to not compare yourself to other people, but as you become more self-aware of that, it does become easier to not to. Here she is, November 12th on Maddie's. My little nugget, wifey for life. Sticking her tongue out. Now, I feel like, though, even though she's saying those things, she ends up at times kind of emulating Kaylee in some pics, and then in other pics she kind of emulates Maddie in some. Like, this is where the chameleon aspect I was talking about. And let me know in the comments if you agree or if you disagree. So here we are, November 13th, 2018. It looks like she's at a restaurant of some sorts. She's writing something down. Embrace your past selves. So here she is, November 15th, 2018. Whoops. Meet Nevaeh, one of our wonderful baristas. She is so full of energy and is always there to give encouragement. Head down to the shop to meet this sweet girl in person, and she will make you a delicious drink. Check out our conversation below. Question: what is one word that describes you? And she writes, a people person. What is the best part about working at Whoops? Whoops. Getting to learn and educate others all about the amazing European-style goodies we have. What is your favorite drink to have from Whoops? Definitely a vanilla chai, maybe a dirty chai when I'm feeling a little bit crazy. Heaven in a cup. Do you have a favorite macaroon flavor? My favorite macaroon flavor will always be raspberry. Right after I got hired, Shelly gave me a raspberry macaroon to take home, and my mouth watered for 2 days after. No exaggeration. That thing is amazing. Plus, it's gluten and dairy free. Very good there, Nevaeh. What is something unique about you? I have 2 different color dyes. Here she is, November 18th and November 19th with Maddie. So here is, it's Nevaeh and Maddie, and they're doing a GIF. Here she is. And here she is with Maddie. There she is outdoor in the snow, taking a selfie. Here she is with Maddie on the 25th. And since they do work together, I could see why they are spending more time together than she is with Kaylee, because they do work with each other. Here, she almost looks like Kaylee there a little bit to me, in my opinion. Here she is again with Maddie. A selfie on the November 25th. If you want to go and take a ride with me, November 27th. Here she is, selfie. Got her nails did. And with Maddie. Now Maddie's sticking her tongue out. The 27th, use things, not people. Love people, not things. I feel like I'm far away from this world. Whew. She's on a roller coaster here. Nev. November 29th. Hi, it's me again. And she writes, did you fall from heaven? 'Cause you be looking like an angel, girl. Here she is with Maddie at Whoops. This is Maddie in Honolulu, Hawaii. Boo-boos. She writes, I miss you. Nevaeh says, wow, okay, local. And a Waikiki. Here she is, island of Oahu. Almost as pretty as you. Appreciation post for the beauty of this island. Almost as pretty as you. And then here, 167 more days, Seniors Sunday. Did they say they graduated back then? Oh my gosh, silly me. Silly me. So what was the congratulations about? It must have been someone else who was graduating that they were sending off. Heart. And so this is her post on the 23rd. And then this is Nevaeh's on the early 23rd. Here she is with the selfie and some little peanuts. She's surrounded by little peanuts and little puppies, it seems like. Do something good today. December 23rd. Here she is with Maddie doing the selfie. Here is Gigi Hadid. Some more sneakers. Treat people with kindness. And here is December 25th. Merry Christmas from all of us at Whoops. May your day be filled with lots of joy. We are closed today. Normal business hours will resume tomorrow. Nevaeh Douglas loves. Merry Christmas, family. Here she is with her eye. On the 29th, don't be afraid of losing someone who doesn't feel lucky to have you. Here we are, 2019. January 6th. And here's of Maddie. So come down and meet Maddie, one of our incredible baristas. We are so thankful for Maddie's kind heart and sense of humor. Maddie's favorite drink is chai latte with a dark chocolate macaroon. Her favorite thing about Whoops is getting to work with great girls that have all become her friends. Something fun about Maddie is that she moved from Oregon to Coeur d'Alene. So when did she move from Oregon to Coeur d'Alene? Now we've learned that they went to middle school together. And you do see early pics. This makes me want to look at Maddie's a little bit more closely to see. Because, let's see here. I want to say I have hers right here. Alright. So her earliest pic is 2013. And here she is with Kaylee in 2013. So it has to be before 2013. So she doesn't really say that, she moved from Oregon to Coeur d'Alene. So I didn't know that. And what we do know about this case is that even though the Moscow Police Department said that that white Hyundai Elantra with the year they were looking for in the beginning, that between the 2012, 2013, if I remember correctly, a crashed one happened shortly after that massacre on November 13th, 2022. And it crashed in Oregon. And they let us know, it has nothing to do with this case. I vaguely remember learning about something along the lines of that it belongs to someone that is close to Moscow. It's they're trying to say it's someone's wife, and to stop reaching out to her is what they said. Let me see if I can find it real quick. So real quick right here, a white 2013 Hyundai Elantra was found abandoned in Eugene, Oregon on December 17th, 2022. The vehicle was reported to the Moscow Police Department. Police are investigating whether the car has any connection to the murders of 4 University of Idaho students. The car had damage to the front and was missing its license plate. According to iHeart, the owner of the vehicle was found to be a woman from Colorado who is not believed to be related to the Idaho murders. And a lot of people were speculating because one of the owners of the LLC, Dan Estes, lives in Colorado, or living at Colorado at the time. And here is the white Hyundai Elantra. And I believe they said there was a homeless person living in there at the time, or was sleeping in it, which is why anyone was notified of it in the first place. And this is December 20th. The Moscow Police Department is aware of an abandoned white Hyundai Elantra found in Eugene, Oregon on December 17th. MPD said the car is registered out of Colorado and the owner is not believed to have any relation to the murders of Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. Right now, MPD is asking people to stop contacting the owner of the car. So, if they have no connection to Moscow, then how are people knowing? How did people find out? EPD said the car has been reported as an injury crash from December 17th that left the car near West 7th Place and Seneca Road. We have no new information to indicate it is related to Moscow. However, they were sent the vehicle information, so they have it to review. MPD is looking for any information about a 2011-2013 white Hyundai Elantra in the area of King Road on November 13th. And then they changed it to match the vehicle of Brian Koberger, which, if you're watching the Karen Reed case, now the state is trying to change their time of point of accident because of new information they received from Ian Whiffen. We've been talking about him on here. And apparently, after his testimony, he did some more searching and he found some new information. Now, I saw a recent podcast of people who live from that area or live in that area said that with the new information from the crash daddies, and they sent that information into the state, now the state wants to change their information. Like, come on. That is your story. You can't keep changing the goalpost. So that's what's going to be going on this week. And let's see if that type of fuckery goes on with this case. I don't know. Judge Hippler so far looks like to be keeping he's making a stance, which is good. Judge Bev, on the other hand, no. She's definitely for the state. She's definitely for the DA. So here Nevaeh says, my peanut. Here she is. Looks like she's going on vacay. January 8th. January 8th. Here she is. And she is with someone at 1:57 p.m. January 4th, Phoenix. Picture of a sneaker. Food. Rolling Stones t-shirt. Family member. And here she is with Katie Kinson. If you remember Katie, we talked about her in the beginning with Kaylee because she is Alpha Phi. She goes to CDA High School with Natalie and Riley Moreland. All three of those girls end up in Alpha Phi, which Kaylee and Maddie both wanted to be in Alpha Phi, but they were split apart, in my opinion, purposefully. Could it be it was just because Ashlyn Couch was there in Alpha Phi and she wanted her to be in her sorority? Could be. Because we went over a little bit with Hunter, how when he first met the triplets, specifically Hunter and Ethan, that he wanted them both in his fraternity. But when spoken to, he pretty much said, you know, whatever fraternity you're in, we're still going to be friends. So it could just be something as simple as that. But to split up two girls for your own personal choice, I mean, it is college, I guess. And I'm not quite sure who this person is, but she does look familiar to me. Here we are, January 8th. I want to say that's family. Recycling pics there with the t-shirt. January 12th, everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind always. Here we are with the beverage. Probiotic drink. Kombucha, possibly. Or something like it. Here she is in her car driving. And here's Maddie. And Nevaeh writes, just a man enjoying the set. Here she is with a little peanut. I'm going to say at a restaurant, and then doing a selfie of her outfit. Possibly her own personal drawing. Here she is outdoors and with a lollipop. Here, Maddie and Kaylee are at Cabo Wabo Cantina. And Nevaeh does 2 black hearts, March 23rd. And here's Nevaeh with one of her friends doing some selfies on the bed. And here, I feel like she looks a lot like Kaylee. Especially this one right here. And almost, she looks a little like Maddie there. Here she is in her crush, Alicia Silverstone moment. Here she is with the girlfriend. Feeling herself there. Feeling herself some more. This is all March 24th. So I'm saying she does these. So this is the 23rd. And then on the 24th, here she is. Here's some more. And I want to say this is now the 29th. Going ahead and feeling herself there. And here on the 25th. Oh, is that still the 20th? Oh, shoot. Yep, it is the 29th. Okay. Oh, so I put these out of date. My apologies. So here's Maddie on the 25th. Thriving, says Nevaeh. Here's the 29th. 29th. March 31st. Glowing always. Here she is on April 2nd. April 22nd. So here I feel like she looks a little like Maddie. Is it just me? All right, May 7th, 2019. Nevaeh does 2 emojis. And here they are, May 13th. Here's Maddie's post, and then Nevaeh does the same one on the same day. And here they are all together. This is Maddie. Tori says, so cute. Alexandra, everyone looks gorgeous. Riley says, so cute. Nevaeh, I love you. Love you, sissy. So here's Nevaeh. Peter Shim. Riley Moreland, we just talked about her. There's Jack and Kaylee. Gregory and Xana. Oh, okay. Maybe she's the one that we've seen in the previous ones with Nevaeh. So here she is on the 22nd on the soccer field. Looks like with family. She's got her prom dress on. There's Tori. Here it says, you don't have to be crazy to work here. We'll train you. Kindness matters. And here she is with her prom dress on. Doing a selfie with the girlfriend, touching her boobie. Some peanuts. Here she is with Maddie. You are loved. You are strong. You are capable. You are valid. Looks like some maybe grandmas or aunties. Little peanuts. There's Tori. Not quite sure who that is. We have to do Tori as well. On the 22nd, you deserve the love you keep trying to give everyone else. Some peanuts. Keep looking where the light pours in. May 22nd. Here we are, May 23rd. Maddie's in Cabo. And Nevaeh writes, she thick or whatever. Here is Nevaeh at Boston's Brew. Here we are, June 3rd with Maddie. And a selfie. Here we are, June 4th. Nevaeh with Kaylee and JC. Amen. Here we are on the 19th. Ah, so maybe she was the one that graduated early, JC. Okay, that makes sense. So here's Nevaeh with Maddie. And Kaylee. June 8th, the party's here. Party's here. So this is Maddie. We really did that. So they've all graduated. Now they graduated high school. All three of them. Peace out, high school. Won't miss you at all. For life is what Kaylee wrote. Fingers crossed. Here's Nevaeh with Maddie, class of 2019, on June 19th. With some peanuts. Here she is with both Kaylee and Maddie. And looks like Tori. Here she is doing some selfies. Tori. And here's, so I want to say this is the same person right here that was with Tori earlier. So there's Nevaeh with Tori and a group of other friends. Here she is on the 26th. And here they are in Vancouver, July 5th, which is Nevaeh and Xana's birthday. And this is actually British Columbia. July 6th, this is the music festival they went to. FVDED in the park. Here they are together at FVDED in the park. July 6th. And Kaylee better watch it right there. July 7th, Puff Cream Seafood. Here they are in the hotel. My favorite trip, missing you. Okay, so this is what I remember. I put this one here. I missed all those other ones. Goodness gracious. And I've been through these, well, twice. Just going through, making sure. But when I read these off to you guys, I end up seeing more. Because you have to sit and really pay attention. So this is what I marked. Because remember, I'm like, I thought I put a date on this. Well, this is it. January 13th, 2024. Kaylee and Nevaeh. Here are all three of them. July 7th. Only way to dress in Canada. And these are Kaylee's Insta stories. July 7th. And then these are Nevaeh's. So I don't know. I don't know what these are about. Maybe here on the stage. Right here. I don't know. And here's some more. Maybe it's just this of whoever this is. And again, all right, is she like taking a pic of these two together because she wants to be in a relationship? Like, aw, possibly. The lights, that's kind of cool, okay. And then here we go with this. What are these? Are these legs or her fingers? And then she posted it? I don't know, it's strange to me. Here's some more. What a weekend. And this is Maddie's. So here's Maddie, and that's Nevaeh. She almost looks like a blend of both of them there. This is the chameleon part I was talking about. Here's more of Nevaeh's pics, which I don't know. So here she is with Tor. And I'm not quite sure who this is. We may know more once we go through Tor's Insta or pics. Here they are. I want to say that this is in Coeur d'Alene when I did the Google search. And here she is with Tor. I want to say that this is... Let me double check. All right, so this is Seattle. With the Google lens, you can look and see. So I think I said CDA. I meant to say Seattle. So yeah, you can Google Lens this. This was the best one to use at the time to check. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Here she is, July 21st, 2019. Looks like Seattle as well. Or excuse me, Vancouver. This is Vancouver. Because I checked with this. Here she is with Kaylee and Maddie. July 21st. Here she is. Here she has pics of when they were there earlier. July 7th, 5th through the 7th, I want to say. And that's Maddie and Kaylee and Nevaeh. She almost looks like a blend of them. Here she is with Maddie. And she almost looks like Kaylee there a little. Here she is with Tor. And this is Seattle still. July 26th. Here she is feeling herself, being a little cutesy. Here's Maddie. And Nevaeh says, you are as cute as a little button, CC. That's how that saying goes, right? Here she is with Tori and the other girl who I do not know at this time. You have a purpose on this planet. That's August 2nd. August 12th, here she is with Riley Walker. Looks really different. She's grown up a lot since the last time we saw her. And here is Kaylee and Nevaeh, and then a picture of Kaylee and Maddie on her page without her in it. August 13th, 2019. Hello, Maddie. Now here she is at Moscow, Idaho. And this is August 31st with Maddie. Double trouble for sure. And Haley is another one who is involved with the foundation, the Kindness Foundation. So here they are again. This is August 31st. And here she is September 1st with Maddie and Ashlyn Couch. So this is the first time I've seen Ashlyn with Nevaeh. And if you recall, Ashlyn is also from CDA. You see some pictures with Kaylee and her sister, which is Daisy. So here is Ashlyn with Nevaeh. At Moscow, Idaho. And here is one of the sorority sisters for, I want to say for Pi Phi. Don't quote me on that. Here she is with Tor, September 3rd. And here they are. It looks like they're at the carnival, September 10th. Here she is with Maddie, September 10th. And here is September 22nd. It looks like Pi Beta Phi. Haley says, I'm obsessed with you all. Obsessed. Sophia Whitehead, love you. Ashlyn Couch, love you all. Nevaeh. And here is Nevaeh's account. So there's Ashlyn and Maddie. Here we are, September 24th. And here is Nevaeh with Ashlyn. And there she looks a lot like Maddie, in my opinion. And this is Nevaeh's account, September 24th. And here's Maddie and, don't know, we pop out at your something. Here we are, October 2nd. I know life makes you sleepy, but get up and kiss today. Gentle reminder, you can be positive, happy, and grateful and still have not so good, awful, or off days. Yes to thinking good thoughts, but also yes to acknowledging and feeling your feelings. You don't have to pretend, and you don't have to be perfect. Alex L. And here it looks like the gorge. And that's Tor. And here they are, October 6th. And there's Nevaeh and Tor. October 16th. Boston's Coffee. November 13th, 2019. Sunset. November 16th, a coffee drink, some type of a pastry, and here she is. You are on my mind, I love you, not just on the internet. This is November 20th. And I'm going to say this is probably Phoenix, Arizona. Here she is, November 23rd. 2019. Someone feel loved today. I am where I am meant to be. I am where I am meant to be. It's November 25th. December 4th, Christmas. December 7th. December 11th, Moscow, Idaho. Nevaeh Douglas puts 3 angel emojis. Maddie says, I love you. Here is December 11th, Selah T. And looks like she's going on a road trip of some sorts. And December 11th, out meeting some friends, it looks like. And here we are, December 15th. We saw her earlier. And some other pics. Here we are, Selah T. December 16th. December 21st. So this looks like older photos from prior. We saw some of these earlier. Specifically this one here on the far right. And here she is, December 31st. I want to say this must be a hotel in Seattle because I feel like I see this hotel and these pics taken in front of this because of the glass windows. Here she is at a show. I want to say it's Mala, December 31st. And here she is, December 31st. So this is New Year's Eve, and she's with Ashlyn Couch on New Year's Eve. Louis the Child. Here we are in 2020. So January 1st, 2020. Homegirl's pupils are quite large. Here's Ashlyn. And here's Ashlyn again. So probably recycling some of these pics. January 2nd. And there's Nevaeh with Ashlyn. January 18th. I'm going to say some type of art installation. Here we are, January 26th. Do the things that remind me of you. Remind me of me. More little peanuts. Cutting people out of your life is easy. Keeping them in is hard. Walter Dean Myers. January 29th. February 3rd. We have some type of a bowl. February 11th. So we're in Arizona, it looks like. Looks like Phi, so maybe some type of fraternity. And then recycling an old pic. And here is your last Vasco for Maddie, right here, February 19th, 2020. So Maddie stops posting in 2020. Here we see on the 24th, Nevaeh with a friend. And on the 24th of February, I was able to Google Lens this, and this is St. Thomas, St. John's. I want to say it's St. John's. Let me double check. Yeah, so I want to say this is, I just looked it up, if it's the same place in the future ones, as which I was able to, it's Mayo Bay and St. John's. So right here was the next one. So if she's in the same space, I'm going to say she probably is. It's St. John's. I'm not quite sure who that is. And she posted the same picture twice. This was at 5:37, and then this was at 10:45 p.m. Here we are at the beach. The 28th. On the 28th. Here we are, March 6th. More selfies. March 12th. March 14th. March 24th. Megan Fox. That is, isn't that Bella Hadid? And then one of that Jenner girl. And then Mala, which is where they wear those ski masks. I don't care. April 8th, girlfriend. And then April 24th, 2020 is Kaylee's last Vesco post. And this doesn't even really look like her. Here we are. I want to say it's family. May 8th and May 10th. And this is her last post on Vasco, May 10th, 2020. So if you recall, COVID was March of 2020. March, April. So yeah, this is her during COVID. So if she was there in February, if it's true to date, and what was this? This was February, March. So this is getting close to COVID. There was rumblings going on of the virus. And then this is Kaylee's last. And this is, we're in COVID. So it could just be that because it was COVID. And they just stuck to one particular platform. So there is Nevaeh. And let's go ahead and look at, this is Nevaeh right now. Like, what a change. It looks nothing like her. So she's lost weight again. Love you big. So was she in a sorority? Did she end up going to a different college? Let's see here. Enough is enough. Don't be afraid. Just believe. Okay. This is 2015. Sergeant Greg. All right. So we're just going a little rogue here. That just piqued my interest when that was said, when she called her a big, because it's really, as we have learned, there's a big and a little. So love you big, but and so this is her Facebook. Her posts are right here, April 24th at 3 a.m. That's of this year. And here's October 23rd of 2024. And here's August 22nd of 2023. She looks totally different. So, I mean, you can kind of see a resemblance of her in this one. And when you look at her friends, so she's friends with Olivia Stevenson, and she looks totally different too. Look how different she looks. And she wrote in May of this year, May 13th, just recent. Hey Chat GPT, do you think the nuts on YouTube are going to make another conspiracy video about me if I change my profile pic? Think I should do it anyway? Let's see. What does she do on her pic? Did we talk about her pic? Are we one of the nuts? So here she is, October 6th of 2024. She looks so different compared to that. Wow. To that. Is it just the makeup? So what were they saying about her changing her profile pic? I'm curious. Alright, so I knew exactly what to do, but in a much more real sense, I had no idea what to do. Insightful. Alright, so this person I have seen through her posts before that I kind of looked through to see any more information. There's Olivia. And there's Alexandra Medina, which we talked about. So it's her. Oh, Haley Evans, is that one of the persons in her towards the end? Okay, we see her as well. Nadine. Lakeland Senior High School. Avery, that sounds familiar. Oh, there we go. Krista Brenner. She also went to the University of Idaho. Studied at the University of Idaho. Went from Hayden, Idaho. Okay. Look in here, and so we see Lake City High School, Scottsdale, Arizona, which is where they said that Xana was from. Let's see here. Christy K, which we saw more on Kaylee's side when we talked about, or we saw it on Kaylee's Insta. So that's definitely Nevaeh. I'm just looking just to get familiarity, just to make sure that's her. And there's Shayla Anderson. So yeah, that is Nevaeh. She just looks that looks more like her there than right there. It just surprises me how different she looks. Does she do something to like her nose? That seems to always be the defining feature where people decide to do anything with their nose, that it can totally change your look. And I'm thinking about, what's her name? Jennifer Grey, when she was in Dirty Dancing, and she did a slight change to her nose, and she ended up not getting any work. No one recognized her, and she ended up almost, I want to say, she may have been in a few things later on, but she pretty much was finished because she had that little crook in her nose, which, I mean, I like some imperfections like that. When you end up looking too like a mannequin, it's not natural. Same thing with teeth. I'm the same way with teeth. When people get like those veneers, it just looks unnatural. Like, I was so sad when David Bowie, when he was with us, I loved his teeth in the beginning, Ziggy Stardust, and as he got older, he got the veneers, and I was like, oh no. So that's Nevaeh. And it looks like she's lost weight again. So, speaking from one cancer to the other, July 5th to be exact, we do have issues when it comes to food because we are lovers of food. That's one of our traits. And we can be a little all over the place. And we can be a bit of a chameleon at times that can make people feel a little uncomfortable. I mean, we all do it for a little bit for certain places and things, but we can sometimes take it too far, which makes people feel uncomfortable. So I get that as well. So I am being understanding about Nevaeh in that way. But she's a little all over the place sometimes, in my opinion. And I just found that very interesting how she is spending New Year's Eve with Ashlyn Couch. And with Ashlyn, I want to say we haven't gone over her information yet. But we have seen her sister Daisy with Kaylee in her earlier years, and we've also seen them together, Kaylee, Ashlyn, and Maddie at CDA with her sister throughout college, those first few years. So that's Nevaeh. So we definitely saw how, they all three would be together and hang out, but she would end up hanging out with more than the other. Towards the end, she was more with Maddie because they were working together. Didn't see her with Kaylee. I want to say the last time we saw her with Kaylee was with in Vancouver at the music festival. And a little bit with Maddie their freshman year. So that's just the little information we have on her and concerns with this type of platform, and the little bit with Facebook. Her major platform, it looks like it is Insta. And at one point, she was part of, let me take a look here, this group. Let's see if it shows up on her page. At Nev's World, which is here, at Laps. So this is Nev's World, grateful to exist at the same time as you, sponsored by Laps. So she did have this as not private. I didn't take any pics at the time. I don't know why, unless it's somehow lost in the sauce. So this is Laps, and it's a social disposable camera. So this is their page. And she was on several of these pics, but as I look through it, she's no longer on there. Like she's on a boat, she's like having a good time. And she was in several of them. But I looked around yesterday and she's no longer on there. So Nev is, let's see here. And this is the Made with Kindness Foundation. And this started February of 2024. We stand as a beacon of hope, honoring the lives of Madison Mogan, Xana Cronola, and Katie Goncalves. The founder is Angela Nevaeh and Ashlyn Couch. So that is her mom. That's a different last name. Avi. Let's see. And so this must be her in this one video where I said to myself, is this Nevaeh? Let's see if we find it. Here, let me pause you here. All right, I believe it's this one right here. So this is December 3rd, 2024. So it says, today we want to take a moment to express our deep gratitude for your continued support of the Made with Kindness Foundation. Your generosity enables us to embark on meaningful endeavors that truly make a difference in our communities. from the fabulous rooftop soiree. We were invited to join a community give back events. And as you saw, Maddie's mom is in a few of these. Make It Pink Gala. Each event has been a celebration of kindness, unity, and empowerment. So they're doing self-defense classes, empowering individuals with a skill. Oh, those dogs. All right, so here is Nevaeh. So grateful to be part of it. Doing good always comes back to you. Be kind on purpose today. Well, they did a lot of good, and see what that happens with. So I didn't see her in this one. I thought it was that one. And here's Haley. So here she says, seeing this foundation grow and flourish like it did is such a short period of time. Such a short period of time is nothing short of a miracle. It also showed how the Made with Kindness Foundation was not only healing for us, but also for the community. We have had the most amazing support in our events and have seen the community come together in efforts to heal. So, and this is Shayla. Thanking the foundation. Oh, and this is what I mentioned about the Wolf Lodge. This is where I found this out. And this happened September 2nd of 2024. And how that burned down. Miss Idaho. All right. Let me pause you again. Here we go. Right here. Reflecting on a year with the Made with Kindness Foundation. So there's Ashlyn. And this is this year, January 3rd. First annual Make It Pink Gala, we raised $30,000 to support women's empowerment and educational initiatives, honoring our beloved trio. Public spaces for healing. We dedicated 2 benches overlooking Lake Coeur d'Alene, and that was Nevaeh. We transformed November 13th into a day of hope and kindness, fostering meaningful conversations in our communities. So, right there, Nevaeh. And she just looks so different to me. It just blows my mind. And then you could see her right there. So there we go. That is Nevaeh. She is here. She is University of Idaho. So you may see more of her and Tori. Tori's is private as well, but she has a Vasco. And she is a bit of a character, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments. The next video I will be doing will be Linda Lane and Grub Truck. I see that Ms. Eve has been doing several videos of her own on that. So it's good that you have a place to look and see those who really specifically like those types of videos. So I will go ahead and start doing those. Hopefully I'll have that done within the week. I like to do them weekly. I know last week it took me 2 weeks, but I try to do them weekly. I had a bit of an issue going on at that time. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought. I definitely ruffled some feathers last time. Goodness gracious. But until you have to live that life of what we do, it's unfortunate to know that the way our society is met up, just like what I spoke about earlier about exploiting, they will find a way to even exploit Good Samaritans. It's unfortunate. It sucks. But if it came down to it, I'm sure I would do something at the time, if need be. But thankfully, I did not have to. The ambulance came just in time. Thank you all for being here. Until next time.
DHS is considering a reality show where immigrants compete for expedited citizenship. The department confirms it is in the very beginning stages of the vetting process. The Wall Street Journal reports immigrants would compete to prove that they're the most American. The agency did not immediately provide any more details about the show. And according to the DHS statement, the department gets hundreds of TV show pitches every year, and they all go through a thorough vetting process.